over here because I'm not even going. There we go. Okay, cool. I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? Like, I'm not even seeing myself, and I'm used to seeing myself. There we go. All right. So for those of you who are new to my channel and don't know anything about me, you can check me out on my website. Everything is through my website. So FernandoMarone.com, best place to go. You can know more about what do I offer, what kind of psychic medium I am. I have my free psychic development class on there for those of you who want to actually develop your abilities. I also have my articles on medium.com. I also have videos on YouTube. My YouTube channel is on there. My podcast is on there as well. All of that is on there. So you can find all of that information on there if you want to know more about what do I do, okay? So I think that's it. As usual, my statements are personal opinions, not guaranteed future events. Whatever decisions or actions you take, you are 100% responsible and liable for those. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. And I'm not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, you should always consult with a licensed professional. All right, and if you want to get on video with me, jump over to Instagram because that's where I do the video. But if not, you can stay on Facebook and on YouTube, which are the other areas that I'm broadcasting right now. Okay, so we're gonna do like text or comment based readings first, and then I'll jump over to video readings halfway through our time together. Okay, so let me jump around here. I'm not going in any particular order, so don't feel like I skipped you on purpose. I'm just like, I like to bounce around and just, let my mind go where it's gonna go. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was getting a little like hurry. I was like, okay, I think I need to like trim the bush. So I was like having to like cut all my hair yesterday. I still haven't gone to see my stylist. So I'm like looking forward to the day where I can go back and feel comfortable enough. Looking like a snack. Looking like a snack. Thank you. I appreciate that. Heather loves Scooby Snacks. Hi Ferny, do you see good news next month for me? Thank you. I don't know what specific good news you're waiting for, but in December you might have something that is either dismissed or something that you may not have to cover the full cost of. So there's like a bill or an expense that comes up around that time. I would consider that to be good news because you don't have to pay for the full price, or it's going to completely be changed, so it's a lot more affordable. So there's something that comes up in December like that. Okay. Again, guys, get specific. We're not doing a full life reading. So like, what do you see for me as far as work and my plans for school? Literally full life reading, y'all. That's like a 30-minute session with me. I need you to like break it down so that I can like give it to you in a minute or two. So it's got to be something that's pretty specific to a situation or issue, not like a full life reading. If we had the time, I would love to. We don't. People will kill you. So I need you to like condense it so that it's a specific situation you need clarity on. I am Sophia. Will my parents' financial situation get better? I feel like with your parents, it may not be a very easy thing for their finances to improve. One thing that might come up within the next 6 or 7 months is that there's a refinancing of an existing expense with them that's gonna basically help to alleviate some of it. It's weird because the way I want to describe it, it's almost like something is being refinanced and then someone else's name is being put on it, so that if something comes up, then that person who's put on it has access or is able to go in there and make some changes. So there's something like that comes up within like within about 6 months or so. That might help a bit with some of the expenses, but I still think that they're gonna have to make some changes because it feels like there's some other expenses that come up around May or June that have to do with some medical stuff that they're going to need as well. So I'm not going to say that it's going to improve things drastically. I do think that they're going to have to make changes to reduce their expenses, but I also feel like there may be other costs that come up as well around May or June of next year. So it's not feeling great. So just FYI with that, but this refinancing thing that I'm seeing like in 6 or 7 months might make a difference, but it's still not enough for it to clear everything up and make it easier 100%. So, but it is a benefit. So that is a slight change. It's always hard because sometimes when people ask me questions, I know what people want. They want me to tell them that it's going to be okay. That's pretty much what, if you ask any person who goes to a psychic, they just want the psychic to say, It's going to be okay. It's going to work out, or what you want is going to happen. Fortunately, that's where I kind of differ from most psychics, because I don't always tell people what they want to hear, and they don't like me for that. But at the same time, they come back in and they're like, well, I know you're going to be honest with me. So, and it's one of those things where it's like, it's hard to tell people, to give them an honest truth about what I'm sensing or feeling, without causing them to like want to go off on you. And sometimes people are like that. They're like, get mad at you because they act like I control the future. I ain't controlling the future. I ain't your parents. I ain't causing the issues with the money. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. And that's the difference sometimes. It's hard to tell people sometimes what you're seeing versus what they want to hear, which I get it. I totally get it. So, do I have anything for you? I don't know. What do you want to know? Like, this is your chance to ask me. So be specific with your question. Do I have anything for you? Like remember, if you go to a detective and you say solve a crime, the detective's gonna be like, okay, ma'am, well, what kind of crime? What's the situation? What do you want me to look into? Like, you need to focus them. If not, it's like literally the brain goes everywhere. So that's what I mean when I say that, guys. To be specific. Nell Jenner. Hi, Ferny. I have a crush on a guy named Alex. Do you think we will be together? And second question, I have never met my dad before. Do you think I will meet him in the future? I've never met my dad either. So I'm with you. And I actually think, I believe my father died this year, because I think I found him finally after all these years. I haven't been looking all these years. I was just curious, and I looked it up online, and sure enough, there's a guy, same name, same scenario, who passed away in March of COVID. So that was interesting. It was just funny because right before that, I kept thinking to myself, my father's going to pass, even though I don't know my father. So, but to answer your question, as far as the guy Alex, I feel like I don't think it's going to go anywhere. He might already be involved with somebody else, or there's somebody else that he might end up focusing on instead. So that may be what ends up happening there. As far as your dad is concerned, keep looking, because I do feel like you can find your father, but I'm not technically thinking you're going to meet him. So I can see you finding your father, almost like what I was able to do is find him, though you may find him while he's still alive, but I'm not thinking you're going to be able to have a chance to meet him. However, you might have, I keep seeing two, so there might be two other siblings, or two other, I don't know if they're half siblings, but I'm seeing two others. So there might be two other people that are connected to your father who you would be able or have a chance to connect to and meet. Actually meet me, but I'm not thinking you're going to end up meeting your father. But keep looking, because I do think that you can find him. I actually think you'll end up locating or getting pretty close to finding him. I want to say in about a year and 7 months. Okay. Lady L, will my divorce be finalized this year? I'm thinking it's going to take till April. So I'm going to say I'm not thinking it'll be finalized this year. I'm thinking you might have to wait, or it might take up until April to finalize everything. Okay. There might be a date set in like December, but it may not take place, or it just something doesn't go the way it's supposed to. And then you might have to wait till April for everything to be done. Yeah, VG222. Hi, Freddie. I've been feeling my dad's presence more than usual the past few days. Does he have any messages for me and my family? I keep seeing yellow flowers. Almost reminds me of like sunflowers. So I don't know if sunflowers or yellow flowers have a significance with dad, but I'm seeing that in my head. So that's one thing to pay attention to. Also, it's interesting. I don't know if you recently had a picture like fall off the wall, or a picture like move. It's gonna sound weird. And that may actually be an indicator of your father as well. And in other words, like, let's say, and even if it's not a physical picture and like you're just checking your messages and all of a sudden a picture shows up on your phone from your photo thing, even though that wasn't what you were looking at last, or you did not open that, it just opened itself up. There's something like that he's showing me or making reference to, so look out for that, because he's making reference to that as well. He also keeps acknowledging, it's funny because I keep thinking of spaghetti and pasta. There's also a reference to spaghetti and pasta, or there's a special spaghetti and pasta dish or meal that either you were just making and he's aware of, or that is a connection to him because he's making reference to that as well. Also, the 17th of a month is significant as well. So I'm thinking I think it's the 7th. I think it's the 17th, not the 7th. So the 17th may be connected to you as well. Okay. And selfie, I feel like I deserve better. Am I supposed to stay in my recent relationship or just leave and start over? So supposed to, I don't know, that you have to decide that. This is your life. You're responsible for the decisions that you make. And if you choose to stay in the relationship, then you have to deal with the consequences, right? So I don't tell people what to do. I'm like, I can't tell you what to do. I can tell you what I see happening though. My feeling about the relationship is I kind of feel like this person's just going to be the way they are and take it or leave it. It's kind of a feeling that I get around it. So my thinking is that if you're expecting a whole lot more from this individual, you might feel disappointed. I do think you are going to leave the relationship though. So, but it may not be right away. You may wait about 3 months before you make a big change with the relationship. Okay. Or you may take some time apart at that time, because I'm seeing 3 months as being significant there. Let's go over here. Rebecca, hi Ferny, I went through radiation 2 weeks ago. Do you see me having surgery anytime soon? What I'm actually seeing, I know you're asking about surgery, I'm actually seeing 3 treatments. So I don't know if you have to go to radiation 3 separate times, or there's 3 more times you have to go, but it feels like it's an adjustment to something that was already done. So it might just be something you already done, but you might have to do 3 more like trips of it. I'm not thinking that there will be a surgery as far as, well, I can see exploratory surgery, but I'm not actually seeing like the removal of something. Meaning that, like, we know when they're trying to go in and look at something or get a sample, I can see a sample type of thing, but I'm not technically seeing something being removed or like going in there to like do some extensive things. I'm not seeing that, but I am seeing 3 radiation periods. So if this is like 1 of 3, then that would make sense to me. If you have two more, then this would be the first, and then you may have 2 more visits to have to go. Okay. I do think you can beat this, by the way, just FYI. So keep going. I definitely feel like you can overcome this. Yeah, Jennifer. Jennifer, hi, Ferny. I am seeing a guy, AY, and I was wondering if you see it going anywhere, and was he a part of my past life? Because he feels familiar. I don't. As far as like romantic relationship is concerned, it feels more like a friendship to me than it does like a romantic thing. So if anything, this might actually turn into a friendship, or this might have more of an opportunity to be a friendship versus like a romantic, like long-term thing. So just be aware of that, just because it may just be different personalities altogether. However, I do think there is a past life connection. You may have actually been siblings in a past life or cousins in a past life, because it feels like it's close enough to it's on the same level, but it doesn't feel like it's like a romantic interest. It actually feels like a family, sibling, or cousin type connection. So y'all may actually be relatives from a prior lifetime, but not like romantic connection. This is more of like a, oh, I know you. You're like that person. You're like my cousin from a past life. So that's what I'm thinking about it. Okay. Helen, can you tell me if I will ever work again, please? Yes, I do think that you will work again, but I feel that it's going to go through a bit of a shaky start because I feel like you're going to try to do more of like a full-time and you might only be able to do a part-time for a little bit, and then you may do that and then you may step away again for something else you have to deal with health-wise, and then you go back again. So I do think that you will work again, but I feel like trying to do like a full-blown full-time and then hitting it the way you were before, it may be a little bit more challenging for you. So pace yourself. But I do think you will go back into a work mode. However, it may take a while, just FYI, because I'm not seeing anything really happening until like the late spring, early summer of next year. Shantae, or Shanti, are my uncle and sister together? Yes, they are together. There's actually 4 males and then there's also 6 females there. So that I would say they're definitely together. As far as your sister is concerned, it's interesting because she's doing this. So there might be a necklace, or you might have something that was like connected to a necklace that's connected to your sister. So there's a reference there because she's doing this. There also is a reference to the 22nd. So the 22nd of a month may be significant, or February 2nd may be significant. She also keeps acknowledging, interesting. I don't know if you have a picture of her with the moon, or there's something artistic where there's like the moon and then it's connected to her somehow, because I'm seeing the moonlight or the moon, and then I'm seeing like connection to her. So there's something there that I want to say is like artistic that is somehow tied to her that she's making reference to. But they are together. They are together. There's only here and there. There's only here and there, y'all. There's like only here and there's like there. So if you're not here, then you're there. If you're not there, then you're here. People like to add more to that, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much where we it's either here or there. Melissa, hello. I've been having dreams about my dad, my grandpa, and uncle whom have passed on. The dreams indicated as a message, but some I don't understand and unsure of the type of message they are trying to share with me. So a few things. One is whenever you have, like sometimes when we have the males in our family like rally around us or show up, like usually it's they're wanting to try to tell us something. I do think they're actually rallying around you because I think they want you to pay more attention to the relationship that you're in or to any romantic relationships connected to you. Just because either this is an indicator to be more aware and to just not ignore what you're experiencing, or there's something coming that I feel like you need to be aware of. But it may be like a positive something. But it's one of those like pay attention, be aware, like focus on the like. So I think they're trying to get you to focus on the area of relationship in your life. Also, you might have different expectations. Thank you. Trying to work through challenges in romantic relationships with like past connections or people who've been around. Again, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told the other lady, which is sometimes we expect too much, or we put people in like this box of like how they're supposed to be or what we think they should be, and then we compare them to other people that have been around, and sometimes that's not something that they're capable of. And sometimes, if anything, we might actually have to do more to be there for them in a way where we wish they would be there for us. And so I feel like you're about to hit a little bit of a period like this where you may have to take a bit more charge and pay attention to the romantic relationships, because some changes may be coming regarding your actual current relationship, or there's a relationship coming that's going to be an option to pay attention to and to give it a go. This is within 2 months though, so this is not like 5 years in the future. This is like in the month or the next month or two before the year is over with. Yeah, Michelle. Hi, Ferny. I'd like to know if one of my neighbors are the ones who try to mess with my car. Thank you. Here's the thing. When you say mess with my car, automatically makes a person think that they're like intentionally trying to do something. I almost feel like whatever happened to your vehicle was an accident that somebody caused. So I feel like it's somebody just not paying attention to what they were doing, and then they pretty much did this. So I feel like that's the case. I also feel like it's a younger male. Okay. And it might be either the younger male of the neighbor or a younger male in your home. So keep your eye out for that, because it does feel like a younger male. But it is an accident. It doesn't feel like it was an intentional thing. Again, guys, general questions like what does my future look like, or I want a reading, or what do you have to tell me, are just going to get skipped because you need to ask a specific question. I don't have time to do a full reading for you guys. So I need you to be specific in your questions. And some people are like, I'm always there and I never get picked. I'm like, well, check your question. Like, how are you asking your question? Because your question might be keeping you from being picked if it's too general. McKenna. Any messages from my cousin Jayla? Yeah, so a couple of things. One is she's showing me. So I was going to say tramp stamp. I was going to say about tramp stamp, which I don't know. Some people may not know what a tramp stamp is, but I'm seeing like a tattoo, so I'm thinking that she's talking about a tattoo. So there's a tattoo reference that she's acknowledging. What's interesting is at first I saw a happy face in my head, and I was like, okay, I'm seeing like a face or a happy face, and then I was seeing a tattoo. So there's a connection there. So there's a reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. She's showing me the number 11, so the 11th of a month is significant, or the month of November is connected as well. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. There might be a picture of her where she's like giving someone the finger, or she's like trying to be funny, but then she's giving someone the finger. So this is how just comes across. So it's kind of like she's like making a joke, but then she's also like wanting to give her personality or have some of that come through as well. She also keeps acknowledging if the light flickers in your living room or kitchen, and you're thinking of her, that's her. So she's letting you know that would be a sign from her as well, to look out for that as well. She also she's going back to the tattoo thing. So she's like sticking with the tattoo, and then she's like coming back to it and then repeating it again. So there may actually be more than one tattoo. There might be two separate tattoos, or it's a 2-part tattoo. Okay. Let's go. Let's get on here. Let's see. Let's bring somebody on, shall we? Let's bring somebody on. Let's go here. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey,
oh,
did I
hello.
connect with him?
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Hi.
How you
Hello?
doing, Mama?
Oh, good. I would like to speak. I'm trying to mess with this phone.
Oh, that's okay. You're fine. You're fine. No worries. What do you want to ask me about?
My brother.
Okay. Any messages from him? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, if any messages from him. I had
Yeah.
talked to him recently.
Okay.
And I just wanted to see if he...
Yeah. Question. Do you know if y'all recently had someone, interesting enough, I'm thinking of the couch that you're sitting on. Do you know someone recently was sitting there or thought they saw him there, or there was a baby that was looking really weird there?
My dogs.
Okay, because he's acknowledging like being right around where you are right now. So he's acknowledging like trying to get your attention right there. So he has a reference to that. He also keeps spray painting. Do you know if someone was going to try to make something artistic, or like shirts that have like this spray painted on it, or that's like a artistic thing to it?
I know my daughter made me something.
Okay, is it like a shirt? Did they make shirts, or did someone make a shirt for him?
It's a quilt.
Okay, do you know if it has a name or if it has something like...
It has his pictures on there.
Okay.
But I haven't got it yet.
Oh, that's okay. Do you know if they also are going to put in one of his shirts with it, or if someone's also making something with... No, this is a shirt. He's showing me a shirt. Do you know if someone is planning on making shirts for him, or there's something about like shirts with him? It's weird because the way I would describe it, it's almost like if I were going to make a shirt for my sister that says best sister. Like he's showing me something like this. Do you know of a shirt that either is connected to him or is connected to you, that connects you to, that has something written on it, like best sister or something with a name? That's okay. Remember that I said this? It looks white and it's got blue going across it. And it's almost like blue and it's going across in like a cursive. So there's a reference to this shirt because he's acknowledging something like that. And I know you're talking about the quilt. If you see a picture or a image on this quilt that has white with blue going across it, and it's got his name. That's what he's talking about then. But there's something like that because he's showing me this shirt-looking thing that reminds me of something I've seen before. There's a reference there.
Okay.
He's also showing me the number 17. Do you know if the 17th of a month is significant, or January 7th is connected?
17, no.
Question. I know you're asking me about your brother. I kind of want to change gears for a second. Does your mother have a brother that's passed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know? Thank you. Was it cancer?
No, he got killed.
Okay. Nope. There's another. Nope. There's another brother. There's a There's a male. Let me tell you what he's telling me. There's a male coming forward. He had cancer. He might have actually had two separate types of cancers. He's also talking about them having to drain the fluid out of his lungs because his lungs were filling up with fluid. He also talks about passing on a birthday or passing around the date where someone was born because he's making reference to that as well. He also says that there was some infection that was also affecting one of his legs, or one of his legs was giving him problems as well. Do you know anyone older than you who connects to that?
No. My cousin just passed away a week ago. We're actually going to the funeral this weekend.
Did he have cancer?
We don't know yet. I know he died from the same thing that my brother had passed.
Do you know if he was having issues with one of his legs, or his leg was giving him some problems?
No.
Not
that I know of.
Do you know if Guadalupe or Lupe is connected to him? Now, there's a Guadalupe or a Lupe connection to the person that I'm talking to. This person had cancer. They had to, their lungs had to be drained, or there was fluid building up in their system. Thank you. The way I want to describe this is, I have an uncle who, he was a smoker and a drinker, and towards the end of his life, his kidneys failed, his liver was failing, he had fluid building up, but he also had cancer. And cancer is actually what ended up causing his passing. So do you know if there was someone that was having fluid build up in their body, they had to drain it out, they had something that is like cancer that might have been affecting their, it's either going to be pancreas, or the digestive system is pancreas, or it's the intestines. So there's intestines, or it's pancreas. Cancer, there's a Lupe or Guadalupe or name like this that is connected to this person. It's a male. It does feel like they're older, and it also feels like they had, there's a 17 connection. So the 17th of a month, or January 7 is connected to this person.
No.
This person's laughing. So question. Do you have an in-law or someone who was like the parent of an ex that's passed?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
There's a female. She just passed 2 days ago.
Okay. Do you know there's also a male connected to her, or male to them, that's also passed?
Not that I know of.
Is there a Lupe or Guadalupe connected to them?
Not that I know of.
This is somebody else. So it's okay. This person, again, when you go back, or you can have to go to the recording, because I want you to go back and pay attention to every single thing I'm saying.
I do.
Okay, good. It's a Lupe or Guadalupe name. They're acknowledging. They're not even the only Guadalupe. There's like a Guadalupe Junior, or there's a Junior connected to the family. So there's like Lupe or Guadalupe, and there's a Junior. And they're acknowledging cancer. They're acknowledging that there was a 17 connection. So the 17th of the month would be significant. And then they're also acknowledging JJ. Yeah. Where's the JJ connected to you? Or J?
JJ.
JJ Jojo.
JJ doesn't ring a bell.
Does your mom have 4 siblings?
No, 3. 2 boys and 1 girl.
That's not it. That's not it. They're sticking to it. They're not changing. They're sticking to it. So I'm going to stick to it as well, because I'm not going to deviate from what they're telling me. But they're acknowledging, again, a situation where someone's got cancer. There was a digestive issue that was going on with them. They might have had liver and kidney failure in the process, but they had fluid building up. They had to drain out the fluid. They were even put in hospice care, because this person was put in hospice care. They're acknowledging this. They're going back to this shirt. This is all connected to the same person. So this is all tied to the same person. I'm pretty sure this is not your brother that's trying to say this. This is another male, older male to you. So this is an older individual to you that's got all these pieces connected to it. That had cancer, that had a digestive thing that was going on with them.
My grandfather had cancer.
Okay. So your grandfather had cancer. Where's the
Hmm.
Guadalupe or Lupe name connection?
I had to talk to my mom. I don't know.
Was he in another country or in another state when he passed?
Mm-mm. He was at home.
No, I mean, was he somewhere else to you when he passed?
No.
No. This is. Mm-mm. I'm asking if they can give me anything else to tie them in because I can't drop them if they're making it a point to. There's something more there. I'm gonna leave that with you. All those pieces go together. It's the same person. That's all the same person. It's an older man though. So it is an older man. He probably would have been a drinker because the way that he's describing it to me would have meant that he was a bit of a drinker. Again, there's a Lupe or the Guadalupe reference to him. He's also acknowledging all those other pieces. So that's all going to be tied to the same person. Your brother's present. He's actually shown me a tattoo and he showed me two. Are there two tattoos connected to your brother?
I I don't know if he ever had a tattoo.
Okay, so your brother's showing me two tattoos. So there's two tattoos that he wants to acknowledge. He's also acknowledging, thinking he's smiling for me, and then he's showing me his teeth. Do you know if your brother was having an issue with his teeth, or he was a little self-conscious with one of his teeth? He's
No.
smiling, so he's showing me like really pretty teeth or really nice teeth, but he's acknowledging something about one of his teeth giving him issues, and then like he's showing me nice teeth or that it doesn't hurt anymore. He's even talking about that they was having to eat on one side of the body because there was almost, I mean, one side of the body, like he was having to chew on one side because the other side he thought he was gonna have to go to the dentist. But there's a reference to that, so he's acknowledging something like that. He also keeps acknowledging yellow birds are gonna be a symbol. So if you ever see, you know those peeps, like when you get them from Easter.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so he's showing me that. So look out for that because he's going to gift you a peep, or there's something like a yellow bird, like a peep, that he's going to gift you. So look out for that within the next few like weeks or so. But he's showing me something like that. This other guy, you have to find out who this other male is because he's like really pushy. And it's like I'm like, who the hell are you? And he's like, he keeps like coming back in. He's like, no, like I gotta like, he's not letting it go. So this is another male you're gonna have to look into. Again, the connection to him would be this name, Guadalupe. So Lupe or Guadalupe would be connected to him. That doesn't mean that's his name. That might be the name of his like sister, and you might be friends with the sister. But there's something connected to this person with this Guadalupe or Lupe name that I want to make sure that you understand.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one more thing. Can you talk to my brother and see if he's messing with me at work, like scaring me at work or doing little signs at work? And if he is, he has to stop
That's
because
funny.
he's
That's not
scaring me.
you. That's not you. There's a ghost at the facility.
It is?
Yeah, that's a ghost. It's a
Um,
completely different person altogether. So the thing they're experiencing at work is not your brother at work. That's a ghost that's there at that location.
oh my God.
Yeah. So whenever you have an experience and you're scared, just pretend like there's a bubble of like saran wrap around you that's like protecting you, and like pretend like you're like surrounded with love, and then he'll like leave you alone. Okay.
Okay.
All right, mom.
Thank you.
Go and check. Go and check at this loop. I
I
cannot.
am.
Oh, yeah.
I
He's like
am.
super pushy.
Okay, I will.
All right, mama.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye bye. All right. Let's see. Going elsewhere. Let's see. Let's try somebody else. There we go. Let's go here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm like joking on you.
I was laying down.
How you doing today, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What do you want to ask me about?
So I had a few things. Sorry, my dog's freaking out.
Oh, you're fine.
I started a new job in May and wanted to see if I'll be accepting a promotion next year. And then also my grandma always comes through, so if she had anything too.
Yeah, your grandmother, interesting enough, she's showing me Mother's Day. Do you know there's a reference to Mother's Day with grandma, or like the month of May as being significant?
She loved Mother's Day, so probably just that.
Well, it's not just that. There's more to it than that. I almost feel like she's showing me, I'm almost seeing like a wreath of flowers, and then I'm seeing something across it. Do you know there's if there was ever a wreath of flowers connected to your grandma with Mother's Day, or if someone actually took her this circle of flowers for Mother's Day?
She used to have stuff on her dining room table all the time that was like on a plate or in a circle, so maybe that.
Here's what I would say. If you go back and look at videos or look at pictures, she's showing me this circular thing of flowers, and it's got a Mother's Day theme to it. So there's a reference to that. She's she's showing me a baby. So she's also showing me a baby. Do you know if someone just recently found out that they're pregnant, or if someone made an announcement that there's a baby coming?
Not anyone in my family.
That's okay. I'll leave that with you. But she's showing me Mother's Day, and then she's making the symbol for baby. So I'm going to assume that she's acknowledging there's going to be an announcement soon, or someone is going to be pregnant soon, because she showed me that. She also keeps showing me the number 7. Do you also know if July or the 7th of a month is connected?
My grandpa's birthday was July 7th, I think.
Okay, so she's probably just acknowledging his birthday or wishing him a happy birthday.
Okay.
She also keeps acknowledging the brother. Does he have a brother that's also passed?
My grandpa, he had a sister, but I have a brother.
Okay, she's acknowledging the brother's with her. So if you have a brother that's passed, this might be her way of acknowledging that the brother is with her. So there's a reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. She's also
her son. She's talking about her son. He passed away last year. Maybe.
No, I want to say this is brother. She said brother. Okay. So I want to say this is brother. So this is a brother figure. So she brought it up right after the grandfather, which is why I asked if he has a brother who's passed. But if you have a brother who's passed, I would assume then she just might be acknowledging that your brother is with her, and that's her way of letting you know that. She also keeps, thank you. She also keeps acknowledging. She's going back to the mother. She's going back to this circle of this wreath of flowers. Is there a picture of your grandmother inside of a circle of flowers, or if there's a frame of flowers that's circular with your grandma in it?
Not that I can think of, but probably we have a ton
it's like a wreath or a circle of flowers, and then she's showing me grandma, but then she's also acknowledging Mother's Day. So I don't know if this is like a Mother's Day picture inside of a wreath of flowers, or there's something there that she's making reference to. So that's how I would describe it. She also keeps it, thank you. She's okay. She's sticking with it. There is a picture of her holding a baby, and it's got a circle of flowers attached to it. That's how I would want to throw it all in, because she's going back to that image of this baby. I'm like, okay, there's something there I'm not catching. So there's a circle picture. She's holding a baby. It's Mother's Day, or there's Mother's Day on it, and then there's a circular flower thing that she's making reference to. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. She's shaking her hands a little bit. Do you know if she was having difficulty with her nerves, or if she was having a lot of shakes?
Her motor skills, like swallowing and like holding things,
Because she's doing that, and she says, I'm fine now. So she's acknowledging that she's fine now, or she's okay. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. She also keeps acknowledging, do you have a picture of her also wearing an apron or being in the kitchen with an apron on?
We have a lot,
Okay.
She loved that.
Do you know there's also a picture of her showing y'all how to cook or baking with y'all in the kitchen?
All the time,
Okay, got it. So she's acknowledging that as well. She also keeps talking about the magnets. Do y'all have her magnets, or the things that go on the refrigerator?
My parents do.
Okay, because she's acknowledging that. She's also talking about the 2 books. Were y'all doing 2 books with recipes, or trying to do 2 collections of recipes?
She did, She had a book. It wasn't like a put together book, but it was like a binder with all her recipes.
Okay, because she's acknowledging this, and there may actually be 2 sets of these if y'all want to put them together, or like make copies for everybody, so that she's like, she wants to pass on a lot of like the traditions and like her stuff to people in the family, and it's almost like this is important to her, that she wants people to carry this over. So she's acknowledging that. She's also doing this. Do you have a locket that's like a heart, or that's got like a picture that's connected?
She had a locket in her jewelry box, but I didn't keep it. My aunt did.
That's okay. She's aware of this, so she's acknowledging that as well. Do you also know there's a Harvey name reference?
Harvey?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can think of.
It's Harvey or Harvey or Harry?
Henry was the middle name of her husband.
Oh, okay, got it. So she's probably just, again, going back to the husband.
Yeah.
She's acknowledging him. Do you know if he's been having, is he still alive, correct?
No, he passed like 12 years ago, I think.
Okay, she's acknowledging the loss of circulation or the inability to walk. Do you know if he has lost mobility or wasn't that able to walk, and there were some issues going on with his legs or circulation?
He had, I think he was diabetic, but he had like a lung issue. So he was
Okay.
on like a breathing thing.
Well, he's showing me his legs being like almost like the loss of the muscle mass, because he's showing me this muscle mass issue with his legs and not being able to use them, or like they were not, like he couldn't feel them. So do y'all remember him talking about he couldn't feel or control his legs?
I was really young when he passed, but he was like, all my memories of him are him sitting. So he was never walking much.
Okay, that's okay. I'll leave that with you. You can ask your parents, okay? She also keeps, thank you. She also likes to garden?
Yes.
Okay. She's taking me out to the garden. So she's like showing me like flowers and gardens. But she was like all over the place with the gardening because she had everything going. Do you also know they have fruit trees or a fruit tree?
Yes, they had, I don't remember what it was in the back, but they had a big one we used to pick stuff off of.
Yeah, she's just acknowledging, like, she's okay.
Yeah.
This is what her heaven looks like. It looks like her garden. That's what it looks like. Her garden in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah, so she's acknowledging that. Some of the work that she does in spirit is she likes to feed people's souls by inspiring them. And so, well, that's an interesting way of putting it. It's like she works in the kitchen and whips something up out of love, and then she like puts it into the heart of people that are alive to give them something to keep them going. And she says this is how she feeds people now. Is she feeds them at the heart, and she feeds them by making love food and then putting it into their heart. It's just an interesting like visual she's giving me, but she says this is what she gets to do with her work or with her time now. So to let y'all know about this as well. There's also 2 dogs that are with her in spirit. So she's got 2 dogs that have passed who are also with her in spirit.
Okay.
They might have been siblings because the dogs look like they're related or they look similar. So, but she's got 2 dogs as well.
Her grandpa had dogs when she was growing up.
Mm.
Her dad, so she grew up with dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2. Yeah. Would you know if any of them were like German Shepherds?
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, because she's got the German Shepherds, and that's the ones that. And again, there's like 2 that were like siblings, or they were like. Related. Yeah, she's got them with her.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself, sweetheart.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, darling.
Thanks.
Bye. All right, going to the next person. Here. Stephanie, yes, it was connected to, I want to say it's a female connected to your mom or your mom's side of the family. So I do think it was a female on that side of the family that's connected to the butterflies. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so no answer there. So let's try somebody else. Let's see. Here we go. 5. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. FYI, there's baby energy around you. So if you're not planning or attempting to try to get pregnant or thinking about it, just know that there might be some things coming up within the next 6 months, or pay attention to your reproductive system because there might be some changes coming up. So you might have to follow that up.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. What do you want to ask me about?
Just messages from my mom.
With your mom, she's showing me 2 hearts put together. Do you know if there's something that's got 2 hearts put together that is connected to mom?
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay, so it would be something like 2 hearts in a piece of jewelry, or 2 hearts in like a frame, or something like this. So just FYI, because there's a reference there. Okay. She also keeps. Thank you. She's like pulling at her hair. Question: do you have a lock of your mom's hair?
I personally.
She's pulling on my hair. So she's making a point about her hair.
So, probably because she was a hairstylist, and that's what I'm
Oh,
doing right now.
okay, got it. Now I'm like, where's she going with this? She's pulling on my hair, so I was like, where's she going with this? So she's like doing that, so there's a reference there. She also keeps. Do you know if someone also put a picture of her, or there's like something up where hair is done?
Where hair is done. Like a picture of her doing hair, or
A picture of her doing, okay, because she's acknowledging that or making reference to that as well. She also keeps, thank you, she showed me a lollipop or lolly. Do you know there's a lolly or lollipop nickname or Lily sounding nickname?
not that I can think of right now.
Okay, she's showing me a lot. So I was seeing, remember, do you remember the Wizard of Oz, the lollipop kids?
No.
Oh my God, oh my God, okay.
Okay, I remember Wizard of Oz, but I don't remember the
She's showing me a lollipop. I don't know if there's a funny joke with her and lollipops, or there's something about her and the lollipop, or there's a lollipop thing that she's making reference to.
I recently had a lollipop.
No, I don't think that would be it.
Okay.
This is like a picture or like something funny about a lollipop. And it's almost like a funny joke about lollipops that she's acknowledging. It could also be a naughty joke about lollipops. So there's a reference to a lollipop joke, and then it's like naughty. So I'm going to leave it with you. You might have to ask people, okay?
Okay.
She also keeps acknowledging, do you have her sweater or her jacket?
Her sweater, her jacket.
She's wrapping you up.
I probably do, yes.
Okay, because she showed me something like this. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. She showed me the number 2. Do you know February or the 2nd of a month is connected?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. February to...
To the February or the 2nd of a month?
No.
Okay, so she's acknowledging the 2nd. So she showed me 2. So the February is connected or the 2nd of a month is connected. So there's a reference there. She's going... Do you know if there's a cancer or breast cancer connection?
No.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. There's Jesus with this cancer people. Question: is your mom the only hairstylist you know who's also passed?
That's also passed.
Do you know of another hairstylist that's passed?
No.
Here's what I'm gonna say, because what she showed me something and I'm trying to figure it out. Normally when I see this visual, I associate that with like cancer or breast cancer, but she keeps taking me across the chest as if there's something wrong. Do you know if there was any effect on your mom on this part of her body, or if there was something that was feeling a little like crushed? I wouldn't say crushed, but it has this tightness to it. Do you know if there's anything like that that was affecting her right here?
So I'm not too sure if it was like right there, but I know that it was like she got shot. I just don't know exactly where.
Okay.
So I don't know if that would.
Because she keeps bringing me to like my chest or my breast. She's trying to show me her breast, and I'm trying to figure out where she's going with this. Because she keeps going here, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like going to here. Whenever I see breasts, I automatically assume it's like a breast cancer thing, which is why I asked about breast cancer or cancer, but she keeps bringing me to the breast. So what I'm going to say is that there is something right here that she wants to keep giving me reference to or acknowledging that, because she keeps bringing me to this part of her body. She also says 2, again, going back to the 2, which I thought she was talking about the February connection. Do you know if she was shot more than once?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know? Got it. You don't know where she was shot?
I know. So I was young. I was about 8 years old. I do remember somewhere on top.
Okay.
And that's one spot that I know of. And
that's okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. If you look it up or if you look into it, she might be acknowledging this whole thing with the chest, because she keeps showing me this right here, and she keeps talking about 2, and I'm like, where are you going with this? And I was assuming she was talking about February that 2nd, but she may just be talking about being shot twice, and then she was trying to tell me where she was shot at, and I just totally misinterpreted that. She also keeps acknowledging turtles. So do you know if there's a reference to turtles being special, or if you have a turtle that's deceased?
Not a turtle deceased, but
she showed me a turtle. So do you know there's a special connection to turtles?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure you understand that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what that means, but she said turtles, so turtles. Okay, so there's a reference there as well. She says she likes to run her back like this across your spine. So if you ever feel someone doing this up your back, that's her. Letting you know that she's around you. So she's acknowledging that as well. She's also making a reference for baby. So either there's a baby that's been born since her passing, or she's got a baby that was miscarried, lost, or terminated. Are you aware of that?
No.
Okay, there's a baby with her. So either she miscarried or lost a child, or there's a child that she has with her that's connected directly to you, that's miscarried, lost, or terminated, but she's acknowledging a baby with her as well. Okay? Okay. Do you have a black and white picture of her?
Black
It
and
might
white.
even be like I wouldn't say, I'm not sure if it's a wedding picture or if it's like her just dressed up for something that's like a wedding, but it's a black and white picture.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Mom is with you, sweetheart. Yeah. Go back to what I said about some of the, like the chest area, because if you can confirm that, then that's probably what she was talking about.
Okay.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
Thank you. You too. Have a good
You're
night.
welcome.
Bye.
All right. Going to the next person. Let's see. Let's go here. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So let's go somewhere else. Try somebody else. I'll try one more time this person, see if they'll come through. No? Okay. All right. Moving on. Let's see. Let's see. Let's try it again.
Hi, Ferny.
Hi. How you doing,
Hi.
sweetheart?
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that you called me.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
So I'm so nervous to ask you anything.
Oh, it's fine.
I was wondering, is there anyone with me that has passed on? A lot of times I don't feel like I'm alone when I am alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a female. I want to say there's a female around you. I want to say she's a younger female. There's a D connection to her. So either the name is connected to like a D name, like Denise, or there's somehow that she's connected in some way, because I want to connect her in that way. I kind of feel like either she's missing or something questionable or suspicious about what may have happened to her. Do you know of anyone like that is connected to you or your friends?
I think a little cousin. I'm not for sure, but her name started with a T.
Okay. With this cousin, do you know if she was still, I mean, if she's young, like 25 and below?
Yeah, she was a little girl.
Okay. Do you know if they suspected that she was abducted or that she was, or that she ran away? It's a weird situation, because I feel like it's almost like it's two-part to me, because it feels like, is she missing?
No.
Okay. The female that I'm talking about, it's almost as if either people would have said, oh, well, she went off with so-and-so, but then someone said, no, she wouldn't have gone off and been off that long. They took her. Do you know if there's something about the situation with either people thinking that she was taken or people thinking that she ran away?
No, not right.
That's okay. Here's the reason why I'm seeing a female laying like at a hillside, and I'm seeing like the remains of a female, and this female is connected somehow to you, and I feel like she was killed. I don't feel like she just died. I feel like she was killed. Either someone took her or she went off and then they ended up doing something to her. But she's showing me this scene where I'm seeing her like at the bottom of the scene. Again, there's like a D association to her in some way. So either she's the D or she's connected to the D to you. But there's a reference to this. It is a younger female though. So this would be 25 and below in age is how I would put her. But the reason why I'm thinking it's more of like someone who's old enough to have a boyfriend or to be in a relationship is because I keep thinking of like people thought that she ran away. So which means that she has to be old enough to have went off with someone or that people thought that that was the case. But it's almost like there's a lot of questions around what may have happened to this female. So do you know anyone like that that fits in with that?
I did have a friend from school that apparently she was murdered by ex.
Okay. And they found her?
Yeah, they found her.
Okay. Do you know if okay, got it. Where's the D connection to her?
I'm not sure because we lost touch after school.
That's okay. Do you know if there had been incidents prior to her passing away with the ex?
Yeah.
People even warned her or told her you need to be careful. You need to like.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this has got to be her. So this has got to be her. So this female, she's wanting to say hello. So I think she's wanting to be acknowledged and say hello. She's also acknowledging that the people who were telling her to be careful are right, that she should have been careful because she just thought that this could never happen to her. So she's acknowledging that. Do you also know if that person, the ex, was in like into some illegal stuff, like either drugs or was doing something on the side?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I feel like she saw something or she was aware of something and might have made some empty threats that ended up costing her her life. It's how she makes me feel. And so that's how she's coming across to me. But I think she's just wanting to pop up and say hello, that she's around you. If you have an opportunity to reconnect with anyone in her family or with anyone, that she's okay and that she's fine and she's at peace, because there may be some things there that they need to be made aware of. But if this is something you're supposed to deliver, it's going to end up coming up and you'll have that opportunity.
Okay.
Is there anyone you wanted to connect to?
Yeah, my dad.
Your dad? Do you have two father figures? Because I when you talk about dad, I keep thinking of two father figures.
Yeah.
Got it. Your dad is showing me birthday and duplicating it. Is there like a birthday that's shared, or the month is shared with another person in the family?
My stepdad, his birthday, well, matter of fact, my stepdad and my biological dad, their birthdays are both in June with my mom.
Oh, perfect. So your dad is acknowledging the connection or the similarity in the two dates being at the same time. So he's making reference to that. He also, butterflies are connected to your dad. So look out for the butterflies because he is going to send you butterflies and also white moths or white butterflies. So those are also going to be a sign from him. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Did you write him a letter after he passed?
Yeah.
Okay, he knows about the letter you wrote him, so he's thanking you for that. He also said that he says he loves you, and he wants to say it so that you can hear him say, I love you. Was he not the most emotionally expressive person when he was alive?
No.
Okay, he wants to make sure you hear him say it, I love you, because he says you deserve to hear it from him. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging that he has been making the circuit. Thank you. He's a bit stubborn, your dad, because he makes me feel like he was a bit stubborn and doing what he was supposed to do for himself.
Yeah.
Do you know if he burned some bridges before he passed? Where he was keeping himself away from part of his own family?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because he's like almost like showing me like a burned bridge, and he's showing me a person in his family, another male in his family. So he's acknowledging like this disconnect or like this detachment from this other male in the family that would be directly tied to him. He also keeps acknowledging coming to peace with this or making peace with this person and having peace with them as now. So he's almost referencing that, or this would have to be like a brother or like another male that he's directly related to, because he's almost acknowledging this person that he wants to acknowledge that he burned that bridge with. Also, there's a baby with him in spirit. So he's acknowledging that there's a baby that is miscarried, lost, or terminated that is in spirit with him, and then he's aware of a baby born. Do you know if someone recently announced pregnancy, or if there's a baby coming into the family soon?
My cousin just had a baby yesterday.
Perfect. He says he knows about the baby that was just born, so he's acknowledging that as well. Thank you. Thank you. He's trying to give me a name, but I don't feel like the name may be connected to him. Do you know if there's a Terry or Terrence sounding name connection?
Yeah.
Okay, he's acknowledging that name. So he's making reference to that name or acknowledging that as well. He also says, thank you. He also says that he's proud of you. Um, he just says, I love you. He goes back to saying it, I love you. So he's just acknowledging that. Your daddy's with you, sweetheart.
Okay.
All
Thank
right. You're welcome, darling. Well, you take care and find out about that female. And if it's the same family, then hopefully you can pass that message on to them, because she was making sure that like you knew that she was okay and to pass that on to the family.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome, darling. Bye-bye. All right. So let me go through here. I'm going to go through some of these messages before I get off. You know what? Let me bring somebody on. Because I'm bringing one more person on. Let's see if they'll accept it. If not, then I'll just like let it be. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What do you want to ask me about?
So I actually, my friend Carol, I've been telling her about you, and I saw that she can like y'all connected, and I last minute like heard that her grandma came through, which made me kind of start thinking about my grandma, who's been gone for a little bit, and so I just wanted to see if any of my loved ones have any messages for me, or if you have anything that's coming up.
Yeah. Question. Did your grandmother have reddish colored hair?
So that is an interesting question, because my grandparents on my dad's side, both grandmas died before I was born, and on my mom's side, she was adopted, so I don't know my actual like blood related grandma.
Okay, so here's because the reason why I was asking, I was seeing Lucille Ball in my head, which is Lucy Ricardo, and she's got reddish hair, obviously, but I was thinking about that red hair. There's a female that I want to acknowledge. She's showing me this visual. So either there's a Lucy connection or a red hair connection. So do you know if any of those fit with the people that you know about?
I not the color red, but like the style of hair.
Okay. Does she also have like a, was it the little wrap around her head with the, okay. Do you know if there's a picture like that?
Yes.
Okay. This is the female that I'm seeing, because I was seeing Lucy and I was seeing an image. Okay, perfect. So I understand where she's going with this. So this female is acknowledging the style of hair with this wrap around like this, and there's an image connected to that. She also keeps it, thank you. She also keeps acknowledging, okay, the 21st. Do you know if the 21st is connected or February the 1st is connected?
I feel like February. Could it be January 1st or 2nd?
No, I'm seeing 2-1. So it's either the 21st of a month or it's February the 1st is how I want to interpret it. So she's making reference to this 21 number. So I'll leave that with you. You might have to check into it. But she's showing me this 21. She's laughing. She also keeps acknowledging. Do you know she had a little gap in her tooth?
I don't know.
Okay, because I'm seeing, Madonna, she has a gap in her tooth. She's showing me some images like this. So there's a visual of this as well. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. I'm hearing music being played. Do you know if one of your grandmothers was musical or she played the piano?
No, but I think she definitely liked music. She was kind of like a party.
No, this is no, there's too many things that are not fitting. There's a female. I'm gonna go back to what I said before because it may not be her. I'm seeing red hair. I'm thinking of Lucy. I'm hearing a piano being played. So either they play piano or organ. There's a reference to a gap in the tooth that she's making reference to. She also, the Yaya or Ayala or Laya, there's like a Aya, Laya, Ayala sounding nickname or name that would be connected to this individual. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Is your mom's side of the family the one where all the sisters were at? Where there was more sisters than brothers?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Remember what I just said, because all of that is going to tie into one of those females on that side that is wanting to say hello or wanting to be acknowledged. And I'm pretty sure she's acknowledging your mom and wanting to acknowledge that side of the family. So there's a reference there. Do you know if any of the sisters ever competed in like a swimsuit contest where they all had to like get on stage and they were like wearing the whole thing with this? What is it? It almost reminds me of like when you're competing or you're like doing some sort of pageant.
I don't know about them, but I just recently did.
Okay.
Like last weekend.
Okay, so you competed in a pageant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this female is acknowledging you. It's funny because you might be surprised at who in the family has actually done what you've done before. So there may actually be someone in the family who's done some of what you've done because they're acknowledging like the similarities. It's interesting because the whole vibe of this person is very Lucille Obal, like having talent, being out there, being on camera, being. This is what she's showing me. So there's this vibe that goes along with her, and she's acknowledging pageantry and being in a pageant. So if you just recently were in a pageant a week ago, she's acknowledging this connection somehow to you. So there's a reference there. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. She may have also had, when she got older, she might have had a condition where there was like the cerebral palsy, or like where they started to lose mobility, and some of their extremities were a little harder to control, or motor control was lost as well. So that would be part of it as well. Thank you. They're showing me. They might have even been confined in their later years to a chair, just because it feels like they were unable to do a whole lot for themselves. But they're acknowledging themselves. This female that I'm thinking of is beautiful. I mean, she is like literally gorgeous. And so she shows me this whole visual of herself as well. So there's an essence of that. Again, the 21st is going to be significant to this person because they're showing me that 21st is being significant, either February the 1st or the 21st of a month.
Okay.
Okay, that is connected to that side of the family because she's just like lining them up. And if that's where all the females are at, that's where I would assume this female is at.
Okay.
Question, are you in California?
No.
Okay. Do you know if there's an opportunity to go to California this coming year?
Not to my knowledge right now, no.
Okay. If someone talks to you about going to California or an opportunity to travel out there for something, go for it because it might be a great opportunity to get some exposure with some of the stuff you want to get involved with.
Okay.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself. Ask your mom. She'll be able to.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. All right, guys. So I'm getting off here now. So I'm going to come back on here in just a minute for our study group time, okay? I love you, and I'll talk to you on Friday. Bye.